Hello, Panther fans. Being joined by junior point guard Kamy Peppler. My name is Matt Mezzles. We preview the 2024-25 Panther women's basketball season. And before we talk about the here and now, how was your off season?
It was good. Just getting in the gym a lot. We've got quite a few new people. Had open gyms. That was really good. Just putting the work in. My sister's here. Been getting a few workouts in with her, which is really, really fun to have that experience again as well, like I had in high school. But yeah.
We'll talk about that relationship with your sister in a second. But for you, okay, going from a freshman to your sophomore year, now to your junior season, has your preparation changed at all, knowing kind of what now to expect?
I'd say it hasn't really changed. Still come in with like the same mindset, but I feel like maybe my role has kind of developed over the years to that bigger role, obviously in the leadership position, just taking steps in that role, just trying to do whatever the team needs from me at that point, and yeah.
You talk about leadership. Is that a challenge, finding your voice? Not everybody can find their voice from day one. How about for you? Were you able to find your voice from day one, or has that been an ongoing development?
I think it's been ongoing. I mean, obviously coming in as a freshman, it's hard to be that voice because you're obviously underclassmen. Mm-hmm. But I think it's something I've definitely gotten a lot better at, especially this season, taking some huge steps in that. But I also feel that's kind of how I've always been. Always kind of been in that leadership position. I mean, I'm an oldest sibling, so from day one I've kind of been, I guess, a leader essentially. But yeah. As
an older sibling, now you have one of your younger sisters here playing with you this season. How's that been so far?
It's been really fun. I mean, like I said, we played in high school together, so I kind of already had that experience. But, I mean, in college, it's like a whole new thing. She's basically like we're living together still, but separate. I still see her every day, but there's also that relationship on the court where I push her very hard. I mean, I can get on her, but it's because she's my sister, and she knows that it's coming from a place of love. But, yeah, it's been a great experience so far.
I've asked Coach this question in the past. I want to ask you from your perspective, how do you and your sister compare and differ when it comes to basketball?
I'd say we're two very different players from a standpoint. Like, she's obviously taller than me, which, okay. But, yeah, I'd say she's more like the lengthy post. She gets really good at really in on defense, rebounding, post moves. I'm working on mine, but I'll get there. But, yeah, and I'm more of like the voice, like really getting on people, I guess. But, yeah, I'd say we're two very different players.
Let me ask you this, too, and you talk about that development and now as a leader. And I know in the past at times there have been times where they've wanted you to shoot the ball, maybe you pass. Is that something that's tough to maybe get used to, having that mindset of, when to shoot, when not to shoot, when to pick up an assist, when not to pick up an assist?
Yeah, I think that's something I'm definitely still working on to this day. I mean, I do sometimes have a passing mindset because I do like to get the assists a lot. And yeah, there has been times where I've been told to shoot it, but I'm like, I could pass it. But, sometimes I do end up in turnovers, which is something I've been really trying to work on, where if I would have shot that shot, then maybe the turnover wouldn't have happened. So, yeah, that's definitely something I'm working on, of having that attack mindset of shooting when I'm open and then making that right pass.
And it looks like, at least on paper, you may have a lot of different options to potentially pass to and pick up an assist if need be. What are you seeing from your teammates so far in training camp?
Yeah, obviously, Casey Baumhauer now that she's that threat on the outside that I know is always going to be there to find. And also, our posts, like I said, anytime you're attacking and you get someone to step up, I know we have those posts on there that are ready to make a strong move to the basket. But, yeah, it's really nice to be able to play and have lots of options because they also draw some defense as well, which then might open up my shot sometimes. So, yeah, it's been really good to play with the people that we have this offseason.
You bring up Casey, and there are a few others we can bring up too, but how scary can this team be when it comes potentially to that three-point shot? I know certainly we saw some of that potential last year against Central Michigan.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of threats from the outside, and that's shown in practice as well, which will help also to open up our post players, which I think would be a really great thing. And, yeah, I think it all just will work out well together.
How about for you, when you look at the non-conference slate prior to getting conference play started, what are you most looking forward to in the non-conference?
We play some really, really good teams, and I'm just excited to be able to compete and showcase what we've been working on in practice, and I'm just ready to have fun and play some games.
And finally, for you, do you set goals for yourself? And if so, do you have any going into the season?
Set a lot of goals for myself, but just kind of focusing on the details and bettering myself every day. And I guess the one goal is the turnovers. Obviously, I've struggled with that in that area, but just like Coach said, working on that balance, coming to those 2-foot stops is something I've been working a lot on and hope to improve this season.
Well, Kamy, thanks a lot for your time. All the best this season.
Thanks, Matt.
And again, the season starts November 4th. Home opener at the K, November 6th.